Fire Emblem Cipher is finally released in Japan, and over the last 2 months since I posted my first video talking about the card game, there's been a lot of updates going on about it. These updates include completely clear rulings of the card game, a lot of updates for the upcoming sets, and we've even seen some arts, a full set list of the trial decks and the first set and also the first batch of promos, and a lot of other stuff that I'll talk about in this video. So if you're interested in Fire Emblem Cipher, stay tuned. So first off, the biggest announcement is that we're getting a second set in September for Fire Emblem If or Fire Emblem Fates, depending on what you want to call it. And we have seen that they're the same pricings, but we have a trial deck for the Hoshido side and also for the Nor side, and then we have the set which will include support for both those sides. We have seen arts for the male and female Kamui cards. We've seen arts for Aqua or Azura, I forgot her name. There's art for Ryoma and Marks, and some others that have been shown as well. Now, every box of the first set also comes with a promo card, which is a Kamui card, which is, if it's either male, in which case it's the Hoshido card, or it's the female Kamui, which is a Nor card. And we also have full translated skills for this, so that is nice. So the fan translations for Fire Emblem Cipher are huge right now. Every single card that has been revealed so far has been translated. Every single promo card, every single starter deck card, every single set card, all of them have been translated, and I will leave a link to the full translation Google Doc with all the skills and all the names and stuff like that. And if you don't know which card is which, there's also another file that shows all the pictures. There's also a Japanese website that has the full set list, and the official Cipher website has the full set list, and you can find the set list anywhere, but it's just nice to know that every single card is translated, so the card game is playable for anyone now. So even if you get the Japanese cards, you can just print out the skills, put them together with the sleeve like I will, and it's perfect. On top of this, there is also a wiki that is being developed to accompany all the cards that have been translated. Sadly, the works are being a bit slow, but once we have all the cards up there, then I will also put a link to the wiki in the description. But for now, we don't have that many cards just yet. After watching a couple of box openings for the first set of Fire Emblem Cipher, we have confirmed that the box ratios for the cards are 4 SRs and 12 rare cards. The only rarities in the game are SR, which is basically like super rare. Then there's R, which is rare, HN, which is high normal, so like uncommon, and N, which is normal, like common. There's also stuff like R+ and SR+, which are like either signed versions of the cards or like special foil full art versions of the cards. And I think that you can get an SR+ in every box or every 2 boxes, something like that. But signed cards only come once in every 4 boxes, I believe. It is already possible to get these cards actually, as there are Yahoo Auctions, which can be shipped worldwide, and you bid on the cards that are available, and basically all the cards are available, and I've even gotten some myself, so it is a trusted service. And yeah, so I will leave a link for that in the description as well. My own boxes and everything will be coming next week, so we have to wait a little bit until I make the openings, and then I'll also be making deck profiles and also how to play the game and some matches and stuff like that. So I will be putting a lot of Fire Emblem Cipher content. For those of you that want to get involved with the community of Fire Emblem Cipher, you're always welcome to Serene's Forest. We have a bunch of threads for the card game. One is a big main one with like 24 pages, so it will take you a while to get through it, and it's always growing. But there's also like a thread that has all the rules, and I'll leave a link for that. All the rules of the card game in just one post, and it's very nicely written, so I recommend checking that out. I've also made a trade thread, so if you're missing some cards you want to sell or trade something, just post them there. And there's also a bunch of other stuff like translation works and stuff like that. There's a lot of people working for it, which is really, really nice to see. There's also a blog spot that was made called the Lycian League, and basically it's going to be talking about shop tournaments, like all kinds of tournament results, deck analysis and stuff like that. It's not run by me, it's run by the person who runs Vanguard US, which is a very known blog for Vanguard fans. So we can expect good content from that. Now a bit more into the game and what we found out that's more technical. There was a Q&A posted on the official Cipher website in Japanese, and there was like 130 questions answered. And I summarized most of these questions, like some of the best answers that we got that are a bit confusing. So I used to think that maybe the bonds unflip at the end of the turn or start of the turn. Bonds never unflip. As soon as you flip bonds to use a skill, they stay flipped for the whole game unless some other ability lets you unflip them. You also cannot have two of the same name card on the field. So you cannot have two Marths on the field, you cannot have two Lycianas on the field, it's only just one. And also, when you reveal a support card when your unit battles, if it's the same name as the unit, if the support card is the same name as the unit that's battling, the support will fail. They cannot have the same name. Also, it was revealed that there's no real order for skill resolution, so when there's like 2 or 3 skills that activate at the same time, you resolve them in whichever order you want. Also, it's permitted to check all face-down bonds of both your own and your opponent's. There are some skills that say, like, instead of destroying 1 orb when the attack hits, they destroy 2. But let's say you only have 1 orb left and your opponent's skill lets them destroy 2, you do not lose the game. Simply, they destroy 1 orb and then, you don't lose the game because of that. And just to clarify, in case I didn't make it clear last time, when attacking units' power is less than the defending units, nothing happens. Neither of the cards are destroyed by battle. Also, it was revealed that when you class change, you always draw a card. So when you class change from an unpromoted card to a promoted card, you draw a card. And there was also a ruling that when you class change, you draw your card and then you do any skills that come into play upon class changing. You can also play an unpromoted card and class change it on the exact same turn as long as you have the resources to do that. You can also play a class changed card over an already class changed card, but you will not draw a card from that. Also, we now have a term for flipping bonds, and that is called reversing them. And there was a ruling with reversed bonds, so flip bonds, that reversed bonds count to the total bonds that you have, but their insignias like Awakening or Shadow Dragon do not. So you have to have at least one face-up Awakening bond to actually play Awakening cards. So you must always have at least one face-up bond to play your cards. If all of them are face down, you can't play any cards, basically. And also another ruling with supports is that when a support fails, like let's say if you get the same card as the one that's attacking, the support skill of that card also is like, you don't even look at it, it just fails. So that's about all the rulings that I felt were most important that I found from the Q&A. Most other rulings are quite clear, and I will show a full game and how to play the game in great detail coming up in a couple of weeks when I actually have my starter decks and my booster boxes and I can make my decks. So then I will show you how the game is played and in full detail, and you can ask any questions, because now basically for me it's completely clear how the game is played. Sadly, there has been no word on an official English localization so far, but if the game does become a success, I think they will consider it, especially since now there is the Fire Emblem Cipher Twitter account, but there's also an English one which is run by people from Serene's Forest. And basically that English Twitter is unofficial, so it's just translations of the tweets from the official one, and also tweets like, yeah, we have all the cards translated now, or like it's translating skills and stuff like that. So if you have a Twitter account, I really recommend following that. There is also a Facebook group which you can get involved in if that's what you want to do. And that basically sums up all the news on Fire Emblem Cipher. So until September, there's going to be no new set. We're going to be playing with Awakening and Shadow Dragon cards for a while. And I will have my 2 starter deck openings up as soon as I get them, basically, so in a week or week and a half. And then I will also have, I've got 4 boxes, so you can expect to see that as well. And then I'll be doing, I already have one of my decks already laid out, like I know exactly what I'm gonna build for one of the decks, but there's 2 more I do want to build, but I haven't made deck lists for them just yet. But I will be making deck profiles for Cipher as well. And to those of you that follow me, avidly, this does not mean I'm stopping Vanguard, I'm just picking up Cipher as another side game, and I'm going to be doing more coverage on it, because looking at YouTube, there's really not that much coverage on Cipher so far. Like out of the fan-made videos, there's like 2 box openings, and that's it. And one of them isn't even a box, it's just a few loose packs. So that sums it up for the Cipher news for now. I hope you guys enjoy this, and tell me what you think of the card game, and if you like it, and if you're looking forward to seeing more content from it. And yeah, that's about it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.